Mike Dell's World, number 240.
I think it's time for Mike Dell's World.
There it is.
Hey, this is Aaron Redner from Hot Buttered Rum, and you're enjoying Mike Dell's World Podcast.
If you like what you hear, subscribe, and every time we upload a new episode, you will feel a vibration in your pants.
Here's the thing, we started out friends. It was cool, but it was all pretend. Yeah. Since you've been gone, you're dedicated, you took the time. Wasn't long till I called you mine. Yeah. Since you've been gone, and all you'd ever hear me say is how I picture me with you. That's all you'd ever hear me say. But since you've been gone, I can't breathe for the first time. I'm so moving on, yeah. Thanks to you, now I get what I want. Since you've been gone, since you've been gone, since you've been gone. How can I put it? You put me on. I even fell for that stupid love song. Yeah. Since you've been gone, how come I never hear you say I just wanna be with you? Guess you never felt that way. But since you've been gone, I can't breathe for the first time. I'm so moving on, yeah. Thanks to you, now I get what I want. Since you've been gone, you had your chance, you
And of course, today is January 1st, 2016. It's going to take me a while to get used to that. That was from something what happened was last night and today, I've been spending a little time cleaning things out and, year end, year beginning, computer maintenance, clean out, organization, whatever. And I ran across this from back in the day. I know, sounds old, but I've been doing this show for 11 years now, or almost 11 years. And this came out, I don't know, probably 2006-ish. And it's from Mashup Town, mashuptown.com, I believe. And I believe it's still online, but it's a mashup, of course, of Kelly Clarkson and the Eagles. And I don't know, I played it probably a couple times in the distant past. I thought it was a good way to open up the show this time. This is episode 240. So we're getting there. not into the thousands like Todd Cochran over at Geek News Central or Brian Ibbett over at Coverville. And I don't know what Michael Butler's up to. He's still going, the Rock and Roll Geek Show. But, I don't do this that often. And sometimes I do it a whole bunch of times in a row, and then other times not. But you guys that know me know that. So we finally got some winter going on around here. I was kind of complaining the last couple of times. Not really complaining, but astounded that really didn't get much winter. We had a little blast of snow in November, and it was, maybe 3 inches, 4 inches of snow, and then it all kind of melted. And we had nearly 60 on Christmas Day. But the last few days it's been snowing quite well. We're in a lake effect zone here today, and it's coming down, but not, it's just big fluffy stuff, and it's not mounting to a whole lot. Not enough for me to break out the tractor. I did get the tractor out and got to use it once in the driveway there, and everything seemed to work. I've got a couple little minor adjustments to make, but for the most part, I think everything is working. And then the walk behind snowblower worked fine, and I plowed the Beagle Trail in the backyard so the dog doesn't have to walk through deep snow. It's probably, 8 to 10 inches of snow in the backyard. But yeah, it was kind of instantaneous. It went from no snow till the next morning. It looked like midwinter around here. It was really quite amazing. I didn't do anything in particular for New Year's Eve last night, so hence no hangover today. In fact, I think the wife went to bed about 10:30. So I stayed up and watched the ball drop there for half an hour or whatever. That little segment there kind of flipped between some of the channels, and it was all pretty pointless, but yeah, I watched it. And then promptly went to bed at 12:05, so I'm just not as fun as I used to be. I'm almost 50, I turned 50 at the end of this month, so I don't know. It used to seem real old, and now 50 doesn't seem all that old to me anymore. Not a whole lot to talk about other than, like I said, got some snow here in Traverse City. Went out to dinner, what was it, Wednesday night with a good friend of mine. And we ate at this place called McGee's 72. It's up on Highway 72 over in Acme, Michigan, or Williamsburg, I guess, officially. But it's a suburb of Traverse City. Believe it or not, Traverse City does have a couple of suburbs. So, but it's a nice place. It's right there on the golf course at Grand Traverse Resort. And went in there and had duck and waffles, which I guess is kind of a play on the southern tradition of chicken and waffles, fried chicken and waffles. Well, this is a fried duck breast on a jalapeno waffle with some local maple syrup on it, and it's really good and kind of expensive, but it was very nice. But finally dragged my friend in there. He always likes to go to the old standbys around here, and thought we'd try something new. Of course, my wife and I have gone there several times as well. And they've got a great happy hour, so we get to go over there and sit at the bar and visit with people and all that on a semi-regular basis. I'd say every couple of weeks anyway. So if you guys ever find yourself in Traverse City, McGee's is a pretty good place to eat. And they got some different food there. One of their appetizers is a risotto tater tot. Well, multiple tater tots, but they're not tater tots. They're risotto tots. So they're made out of risotto rice and seasoned quite well. And they got some fancy homemade ketchup that you put on them or that you dip them in. And that's really good. They got a lettuce wrap thing. It's kind of a spicy, almost Thai tasting chicken wrapped in lettuce with peanut butter. I know that all these combinations seem weird, but I really do like them. So, in fact, we didn't just get back from having lunch over at one of the old standbys. I would think about maybe going there tonight, but I think we're going to stay home yet again tonight. I think tomorrow night we're going to go over to the casino and play around. I haven't done that in, I don't know, since probably April when we were in Vegas was the last time I've been in a casino. But CES is starting this coming up week, toward the end of the week, and my buddy Todd there is just arrived in Las Vegas. I was watching on Twitter there, and he's covering CES this week. I decided not to go this year. I've already been there once, in April, and really they had it covered. It would have been fun to go there with the Tech Podcast Network. If you want to see that, I'll have it live on the podcasthelpdesk.com page. All their live streaming throughout the show, and also over at tpn.tv. They'll be broadcasting, I believe, 6 or 8 hours a day, something like that, starting at probably 9 o'clock Pacific time. So I guess it's probably around noon Eastern time, adjust as necessary. And so that should be fun to watch. They have interviews about every 10 to 15 minutes all through the day, and updates from the Consumer Electronics Show, or CES. I think CES has tried to rebrand it now to where it's not going to be called Consumer Electronics Show. It's just going to be called CES. I thought I saw an email come by to that effect that they weren't to refer to it as Consumer Electronics Show anymore. Oh well. They don't listen to me, so I don't care, I guess. Oh, what else is new? Nothing really. Just the new year. Trying to close out the books here today and tomorrow on close out the books on 2015, so I can get all the paperwork to my tax person and get that all figured out. And of course, I got to wait for some 1099s and that before I can totally close everything out, but at least I'll be ready when all the paperwork comes. So hopefully get that taken care of early. Hopefully I don't have to write too big of a check, although it's been a pretty good year, I have to admit. Kind of happy with the results, and maybe I do better in 2016. So this show doesn't make any money. That's okay. I just like doing it. So with that, I think I'm just going to cut this one short. I just wanted to play a song and say Happy New Year. I hope the holidays went well for you. And I'll be doing some more Traverse City related stuff later in the month. I've got a couple of ideas of things to talk about around here. Restaurants being one of them. Of course, I give you my review of McGee's 72. It's a local thing, and most of our restaurants around here are local. I mean, we do have a few of the chain restaurants. I think we have an Applebee's, Chili's, Ruby Tuesdays. I can't think. I got Buffalo Wild Wings, Bagger Dave's, stuff like that. We have some of that. But for the most part, a lot of our restaurants are local places. Like, we had lunch today at J&S Hamburg South Airport, not to be confused with J&S Hamburg Front Street, which is a totally different business with basically the same name. But that was a good lunch. Always is over there. Service was a little slow today. I think they had their second string on in the kitchen, so the food took a little while, but of course it's worth it. It's just a diner, or kind of a diner. I don't know, just a little hole-in-the-wall place, but really good. Probably be there Sunday again. And we were going to go to Randy's Diner, which is yet another diner, and they looked a little busier, so we opted for the other one. My wife actually had to work today. She runs a little restaurant ish place, I guess, restaurant/bakery place, and she had to go in and bake muffins for tomorrow. So that's what she's doing. I think she's making chili too while she's over there, so that might be good. Maybe she'll bring me some home. So anyway, enough about the restaurants in Traverse City. We'll do a whole episode on some restaurants around here that are unique and very good. And like I said, Traverse City's turning into a real foodie town. Of course, a lot of places are, but we got a lot of food and a lot of brew pubs and wineries, and even at least one distillery. I can only think of one, but there's one. So a lot of that kind of thing going on around here. So with that, Happy New Year. Everybody have a great week, and I'll probably throw these out a little more often here, at least throughout the winter when I've got a little downtime to talk to you guys. Catch me later.